Our guest is Sean Vann. Sean is the star of the new Discovery show. It's called Siberian Cut. It's coming out Tuesday night. It's going to premiere June 3rd, 10 o'clock Eastern and Pacific. Just give us a quick kind of setup on what Siberian Cut is all about. And I'm going to show a little trailer here in just a second, but I want to hear you explain it first.
I've got this, kind of long-term relationship with Russia and, Russian people. My employment kind of suddenly ended, and I decided to go out on my own and start doing some contract logging in Siberia.
They send people to Siberia when they've done like really bad things. So here you are saying that you actually wanted to go to Siberia. What's the attraction there?
Back in the 90s, when I first, started to go over there, I arrived there actually on my first work tour in January '95, and things in the industry were going downhill here in Montana. And I had read some industry publications featuring some foresters that had gone to the far east of Russia and Siberia and kind of scoped it out. An opportunity arose with a company out of Oregon, and got a job in January of '95 and flew over for the first time.
I saw the first episode, and I noticed, I'm sure this has not changed, but I noticed during the first episode they put up the temperature quite frequently during the hour, and it's always minus 28, minus 40, minus. Now, was that the warm time of year, the cold time? When was that shot?
No, that is the cold time of year.
Oh, okay.
January and February typically are the coldest. We lose production time in those months just because it's really too cold for modern equipment to work.
Wow.
So, there are sometimes up to 10 days a month, January, February, where I have to pull men out of the woods and close camps down and wait for it to warm up to minus 35.
Let's go ahead and roll Sean's clip, and this will give you an idea of Siberian Cut.
We've been looking for some way to get back on our feet.
The future is in Russia. This is an awesome opportunity.
I want to go to Siberia. I want to take care of my family.
It feels like life or death to me.
What if I go there and this is the last time I see you?
I want you to go. I'm proud of you. Welcome to Siberia. It's 40 below right now. I can't feel my fingers. We can't speak the language. We're in the middle of nowhere. I have no idea what you're saying.
Didn't figure it'd be this hard, this fast.
Russia 1, you 0.
All of us come together and just survive.
I need a mechanic. You worry about your machine, I'll worry about mine.
I'm going to do everything I can to make this work. Because I have to.
Siberian Cut. Series premieres Tuesday, June 3rd at 10 on Discovery.
Hey, Sean, so I'm curious, in America, logging has been hit a little hard in terms of, bureaucracy, the government, environmentalists. And I'm sure Russia has its unique areas of concern. But which bureaucracy is easier or harder to work with?
I'd say the Russian bureaucracy is easier to work with and, easier to navigate just because, Russia and the Russian people, they still have a, very open and I call it a realistic view on, supply and demand. And they're, they like to utilize their resources still. And, it's a country that's hungry enough that, they want to utilize any kind of natural resource they have to better people's lives, and grow their middle class and grow their economy.
How big of a crew do you have, a TV crew with you there? What's the sort of the TV support like around this adventure, Sean?
Well, the TV support is pretty big. I mean, there's about 20 people there up on site, film crew, and I have got to give it to those guys. They are really, the cameramen and the sound men that follow us around, they are actually the toughest men on the planet.
Between the strife now between the United States and Russia over the whole Ukraine thing, is that going to affect future episodes, do you think?
Well, I don't think so. You know, I've got a real long-term kind of view and approach to Russia, and you know, in my time there's been an attempted coup and 2 Chechnyan wars, and you know, the ruble devaluation, and you know, there's been lots of ups and downs, as can be expected.
The Olympics.
Hey, Sean, thank you very much for joining us on Hollywood Headliners. Sean Vann, who's the star of the new upcoming Discovery Channel show, Siberian Cut. It premieres this Tuesday night, June 3rd at 10 o'clock Eastern and daylight out here on the Pacific Coast. You'll have to check it out. It's pretty wacky. I'll tell you, these are a lot of tough guys.